In this formal practice of sitting meditation, you are taking a seat right in the middle of your life. You are intentionally bringing yourself into a direct and intimate relationship with the present moment and what is arising in it for you, and as much as possible without judging. In this recording, you have the opportunity to expand your attention to explore body sensations, sounds, thoughts, emotions, and when you are ready, to open to all of these, to the full range of events within and without as they move and change, appear and disappear in your awareness. You are taking time to become more familiar with who you are, moment by moment, beyond all the wanting and the having and the doing. In a sense, this practice is a perfect expression of your own unique presence in the world. So it is helpful to come to this practice with a sense of kindness and care for yourself, and to bring a dignity and nobility that befits your special status to the time, place, and posture of your sitting practice. Setting aside a regular time when you won't be interrupted, in a quiet and comfortable place that can nurture your practice, and sitting, whether on a chair or cushion, with an attitude of confidence and stability, not leaning into or moving away from anything, simply present with and open to what is happening now. So let's begin by establishing a sitting posture with your back straight and yet relaxed, dignified, embodying confidence, feeling the floor or chair or cushion beneath you, supporting you, feeling gravity holding you, the earth receiving you, finding a point of balance where gravity is holding you comfortably upright without strain, allowing the body to become still. And bringing your attention now to the sense of the body breathing, the breath entering and leaving the body, bringing curiosity and freshness to this moment, and noticing where you feel the sensation of the breath most vividly, where in your body the breath is most prominent. And this may be in the belly as it expands and recedes with the in-breath and the out-breath. Or perhaps the chest as it expands and contracts with the inhalation and exhalation. Or the nostril, the tip of the nose as the air comes in on the in-breath, comes out on the out-breath, noticing perhaps vibrations or temperature changes, cool air coming in, warmer air coming out. And while it may take a few breaths to find out where in the body the breath is most prominent, most vivid, once you find that area of the body, settling your attention there. Being fully present with the breath, moment by moment, breath by breath, without any need to manipulate, control, change, or even count the breath. Simply breathing in, knowing you're breathing in, and breathing out, knowing you're breathing out, breath by breath, moment by moment. So when you realize the mind has wandered off the breath, gently and firmly escorting it back, picking up the breath in whatever part of the cycle that you're on. Doing this without giving yourself a hard time or judging. And if this happens 1,000 times, bring your attention back to the breath 1,000 times. For each time this happens and you notice the mind has wandered off the practice, is a moment of awakening back into the moment. So settling the attention back on the breath in the body in this moment. Simply breathing in and breathing out, knowing the in-breath as an in-breath, knowing the out-breath as the out-breath, breath by breath, moment by moment. Noticing if the mind has wandered off the breath. And again, without giving yourself a hard time, bringing your attention back to the moment, back to the practice, back to the breath. coming to know the breath as an anchor back to this moment, in any moment. So as we go through the rest of this practice, at any time, should you get lost in thought, distracted, hijacked by emotions or a story, you can come back to the breath, centering your attention on the breath while whatever's going on passes, and then resuming the practice when you're ready. So knowing this, when you're ready, expanding your attention now to include the body as a whole, sitting, breathing in this moment. Noticing all the body sensations, the physical felt sensations in the body as they arise. Perhaps beginning with the contact of the body on the chair or cushion. Perhaps there's light touch of clothing, coolness or warmth, moisture, and even internal sensations arising from the belly, such as gurgling or the heart throbbing. Being fully present with all of the sensations as they arise moment by moment, or the body as a whole, sitting and breathing. So bringing the attention now into the body and the body sensations and the body as a whole. And if the attention is wandering off the body, again without judging, gently and firmly escorting it back to the body sensations, back to the body sitting, breathing in this moment, in this stillness. being fully present with your body in this moment. And it is not uncommon in this practice for certain sensations to arise that may become intense, uncomfortable, and even unpleasant and painful, making it difficult to focus your awareness in the moment and the body. And should some of these sensations begin to arise, there are two ways to be with these. The first is to move or shift your body mindfully. And by this we mean pausing, perhaps noticing the intention to move, and then making the movement, the shift, or the body position change. In this way, you perhaps begin to cultivate a sense of responding with care, attention, and mindfulness, rather than reacting out of habit and conditioning. And the other way to approach the intense, unpleasant, even painful sensation is to direct your attention right into the middle of that sensation, bringing a sense of affectionate curiosity, noticing the sensation, noticing if there are thoughts and emotions, resistance or bracing with the sensation. Noticing what actually happens to the sensation as you bring attention to it. Does it intensify or lessen? Are there expectations or judgments? And to the best that you can, just being with all of this. Creating as much space and awareness and then allowing the sensation to do what it does, perhaps shifting, moving mindfully if that's what's called for, and then returning back to the practice, in this case, the body as a whole, the body sitting, breathing, and all of the sensations arising moment to moment. And noticing where the mind is now, and if it's wandered away from the practice, gently and firmly escorting the attention back to the moment by coming back to the body, or if there's any particularly intense sensation, bringing the attention there if you care to. Being fully present with the body and the body sensations, noticing perhaps the sensations as individual objects that have a beginning, a middle, and an end. There's no need to analyze, figure out, label, judge any of these sensations. Just being fully present, fully aware with the body and all of the sensations arising in this moment. And now, if you care to, allowing your attention to shift and expand again to include the sounds and noises that are arriving at your ears and into your brain. This is awareness of the soundscape. This would include any and all sounds and noises that are present moment to moment. And these, of course, would include the sounds of my voice, other sounds in the room or space that you're in, perhaps sounds out in the environment or street. And then if it's quiet enough, you may hear sounds arising from inside your own body, gurgling of the stomach, the heart beating or ringing in the ears. And also coming to know the spaces between the sounds of silence. So dropping into this moment with awareness of the soundscape. And if the mind's getting caught up in a story, lost in thought, distracted by body sensations, when you note this, gently and firmly come back to the practice by coming back to the soundscape. All the individual sounds and noises with no need to label, identify, figure out, pull in, or resist. Being fully open in this moment with the soundscape. Coming to know sounds perhaps as individual objects, with a beginning, a middle, and an end, sometimes individually, sometimes in clusters, sometimes soft, sometimes loud. Noticing the mind's habit of labeling sounds, pushing away sounds, coming towards others. And now, if you're ready, we'll expand the attention one more time. We began with the attention focused on the breath in the body, expanded to the body as a whole and the whole constellation of body sensations. Then into the soundscape, and now expanding out to the mindscape. The mindscape is all the thoughts and thinking going on moment by moment. Noticing the thoughts as individual objects, perhaps in clusters, that arise and fade. So allowing the thoughts and the thinkings to be in the foreground of the attention by dropping back observing and witnessing the activity in the mind, all the thoughts, all the stories, the ideas, and perhaps if there are emotions, including the emotions as well. So being fully present in this moment with the mindscape, the activity in the mind, the thinking and thoughts, and the activity in the heart, the emotions and feelings. Noticing the thoughts. The thoughts can be about anything, about the future, planning, fantasizing, about the past, concerns, remembering, about this practice, about obligations, thoughts about thoughts, thoughts with emotions, without emotions. So returning your attention to the mindscape and the thoughts when you're ready, remembering that you can always drop into your breath, settling the attention on the breath somewhere in the body, and when you're ready, coming back to the practice, in this case, back to the practice of awareness of the mindscape. And if the mind's getting lost in thought, caught up in a stream, identifying with a story or thinking, or distracted by an emotion, just noting this and either coming back to your breath first and then the practice, or coming back to the mindscape, awareness of thoughts and thinking, emotions in this moment. And then for the last few minutes of this practice, if you care to, allowing your attention to fall into what we call choiceless awareness. Not choosing to bring your attention to any particular object, but simply sitting here, breathing in your body, fully aware of whatever presents itself moment by moment, object by object. So if sounds arise, allowing the sounds to be the center of your attention until they pass. If a body sensation arises, letting that be the center of your attention until the next arising, which may be another body sensation, a thought, emotion, a sound, or the breath. At one moment, thinking may predominate, and then a sound may predominate. Simply dwelling in an open awareness with whatever arises, object by object, moment by moment. Sitting in stillness with whatever comes and goes, being present with it all, being here now, open to the totality of your experience, being fully human. And now returning the attention to the body as you sit, feeling the breath coming and going, staying fully present with the body and the breath. And as this meditation session comes to a close, realizing that by practicing mindfulness, you are intentionally deepening your ability to be fully present in your daily life. So if it feels right to you, perhaps congratulating yourself for having taken this time and energy to nourish and care for yourself. Remembering that practicing in this way helps create access to a wider, deeper, more open way of being in your life, in which you can see more clearly and make more conscious choices for health, well-being, and freedom.